Well, hello there, everyone. It's Thursday, January 13th, the year 2022. Hopefully, this finds you doing well. It's been a busy day for me so far. I'm contemplating two houses and a triplex, and been in touch, excuse me, and let's see, my oil investment, mineral rights, and et cetera, et cetera. So I've been busy this morning, about investments. But anyway, I wanted to ask you something, get your feedback on it. What do you think about the inflation? It's been going on for quite a while. The official numbers, and I'm just going to ballpark these. Yeah, the official number it was like 7% over the past year. Another number is like 9.7%, and these are like the official numbers. But at the same time, what do you find in your local grocery store, as an example? Are prices up? And along with that, supply chain issues. Do you have shelves that are empty? I was in my grocery store a couple of days ago. It was in the nighttime. And it was surprising. There was a variety of items that were maybe not 100% bare, but getting there. And they said there's issues with, I asked the clerks about it, and they said depends on the company. One company, what they tell me, Philadelphia cream cheese, the guy said that they could not get their plastic containers to put the cream cheese in. So it's slowing them down. Other ones have in their factories, folks are out with COVID, so they're not working, so they're falling behind in production. And it's happening in grocery stores all around the country. Along with that, prices on everything are up. When I first moved here to Florida, I found out things in the grocery store cost more than what they cost back in Virginia. And that was before the whole prices really kicked up. But since then, prices have gone up even more. Like a box of cereal might be $5.29, as an example. A dozen organic eggs might be $5.19. What else? Just different things. Prices are up. When I got groceries the other day, I did not buy a lot. I did not buy any meat, chicken, pork, fish, nothing like that. I didn't fill my shopping cart up. I didn't buy that much stuff. And it was like $134. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of money just for the little bit that I bought. So along with that, like, as you know, I am going to be rebuilding my dock. I'm putting a fence in. The dock folks told me if I had gotten this dock stuff done like 2 years ago, prior to the whole pandemic and the kick up of prices and supply issues and whatnot, it might have cost me $10,000 to $12,000. Now it's about $18,000. All right, do that math. That's not 6%, 7%, 9%, 10%. That's a bigger jump, and that's in materials. Okay, not labor costs. I was told labor costs haven't really gone up for them yet. And I haven't had the work done yet, so I may pay more than $18,000 by the time it's finally done. I don't know. So prices are going up. My fence is going to cost me, ballparking it, just under $8,000. 2 years ago, roughly, ballparking it might have cost me $6,000. Okay? Prices are going up. Same thing for pool stuff. I bought a vacuum cleaner. I bought a filter cartridge, and different things for the pool. Prices are up compared to what they were a year or so ago. And not just up incrementally, they're up substantially. Okay, it's across the board. So how is this impacting you? Okay, I'm trying to figure out how it's impacting me. I've referenced several times, I am lean, financially independent at the moment. My wife and I, we're not working. So far, we're paying our bills. But we're different than most people in that we have done a couple things. We sold our primary residence in Virginia, and we did not use that money to buy this house. So that was cash that we received. I then, as I do, deployed a lot of it into other investments. So it came in, it went out, okay, into investments. Some of those investments, I'm waiting for the return to come in. Some of the returns are just starting to trickle in, and they'll pick up over time, okay? Also, we have access to our 401k, which I haven't touched that yet, but that will be selectively used for a variety of different investments as well. All right, so we got that. So knowing this, it's hard for me. I've mentioned this before, I have never done a budget for myself. I get this much money and I spend this much. That's just how I've been all along. But I have different funds coming in sometimes, rental income, oil income, just different stuff coming in. And it's like, how much am I actually spending going out? I don't track my spending. I also just sold my triplex. So I had that money, the proceeds from that, and I got that money in it, went right back out into an investment. Okay, but I've also now lost those 3 rent checks. Okay, so and until I start getting, like I'm working on buying another house, and until that gets renovated, I buy it, get it renovated, and get the tenant in there, I won't be getting that rent income in for several months. Okay, my oil investment, if you watched the interview from Tom the other day, I'm guessing it'll be April-ish when the checks pick up substantially. Between now and then, January, this month, next month, March, we'll see. We'll see. Will I get that same near 9%? Will I get 8%? Will I get 10%? I don't know that answer. They don't know that answer, because on any given day, any given well might produce more or less than it did before. They can get a pretty good guess, but you don't know when something's going to break. I think Tom mentioned it. For example, a drill bit breaks. That's an expense. Maybe some workers are out sick with COVID and they can't work one day. So it affects something. So, and it's that way with everything. I could have tenants, you could have tenants that get COVID. And I did have a tenant get COVID. 2 tenants got COVID, I think. At least 2, no, more than 2. I had several tenants get COVID. One in particular has not paid me December rent yet. That should be coming Friday. That young man is on thin ice right now in regards to possibly getting evicted. So I will give someone a break on certain things. I will give them a break if they have COVID and they miss work for a week. But I know when someone's playing games with me, and if games are being played, and we just went through the holidays, buying Christmas presents, buying this, buying that. If that takes priority over paying rent, well, you might not be my kind of tenant. Okay, and I will take the broom and brush you out of the house. That's what I'll do. I also have an eviction going on in Alabama in one of my houses. All I want to do is sell this house. That tenant was told back in, they were given 60 days notice. July, August, they were given 60 days notice that when their lease was up, it was not going to be renewed. My property manager was supposed to tell them it's not going to be renewed because the owner has to sell that house. The lease came and expired, and I'm trying to get the property manager to tell me something, and they're like, "Oh, they paid rent for the next month." And I was like, "What? Why do you accept the rent?" Because once you accept the rent, you can't evict someone for non-payment. You can't evict them for not staying, because now most states, once a lease expires, it goes month to month. And it's like, and you told that tenant the lease was expired. Why did you accept the rent? Sure, I got rent for that month, but that means the eviction process couldn't start for another month. So then it finally started, I guess October, and it's gone to the attorney, and the attorney, I think court is next week. That's what they told me. I lose track of this because it's like pulling teeth with that property manager. I have been through 3 property managers in Birmingham. I'm on my 3rd. If I wasn't selling my properties, I would get rid of this property manager as well. All right, my plan is to sell both properties in Birmingham. There are folks who successfully invest in Birmingham. Okay, I'm not one of them. I've gotten my rent. My other house, I've gotten the rent in and whatnot. But I don't have good boots on the ground. I don't have a good team. I failed with getting that good team. So I'm just gonna wash my hands clean, sell both properties, get out of there and buy in a different place or put into an alternative investment. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, what do you think? How is this inflation impacting you? Did you have to buy a car in the past year? Did you pay more for it? Did you buy a boat in the past year? Did you pay more for it? Are you paying more in the grocery store? Are you on a fixed income? And it could be just your paycheck. A fixed income where as prices go up, you got to pull your belt tighter. Okay, so for all of you, as I always say, I encourage you to invest and to keep investing. Because with investments, if you're working a job and you have investments, that's supplemental income if you need it. I encourage you not to spend your investment income if you're working, to keep deploying it into more investments. Even now, I'm retired And as I'm getting money in, as I referenced, I am deploying it into more investments. As for myself personally, as my investments start paying me money, I can better figure out my budget to know exactly how much I need to live on, exactly how much I need to pay my dock or buy a skiff or a boat or buy a car, whatever it is. Just figure out exactly how much I need and then invest the rest. Because that's what I'm going to do. I'm an investor. I will keep investing it. That's what I encourage you to do. Remember, it's not a race. It starts small. It's like that single snowflake. You try to roll it into a snowball. It takes time. Okay? It's the same way with investments. It takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a year. Probably won't happen in 5 years. But it can happen in 10 years. You just got to get started. Okay? All right, good enough. Y'all take care. Stay safe. There is an interview that should be done tonight, and I'll probably upload it tomorrow morning. So that'll be my Navy pilot buddy. All right, anyway, Mazske is signing out.